Hey everybody, welcome back to the For the Long Haul podcast. This is Blaine sitting alongside.
Brandon. Because we've been
So,
doing a little bit of a pre-show banter. Some of that is my stuttering and all that. But any movies you're looking forward to watching, Blaine?
the pre-show banter needs to be before the intro, or we do a second intro
All
because
right, yeah,
how I feel about it, this is now a part of it, is that you have pre-show banter if you want to be a part of that, or if you want to be straight topic, you skip to like 5 minutes in or whatever, and then that's when boom, there's your classic intro. You know what I mean?
I gotcha.
I mean, we could do it twice. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think I like doing it twice. I like just showing like, hey, what's up? Pre-show banter time. Hey, favorite movie or something. What did you say? A movie I watched or
Uh,
something?
is there any movies you are looking forward to watching that are about
Uh,
to come out?
I'm not very good onto that. I will sidebar this thing and say I finished the Legends of Vox Machina.
So how'd you think of the ending?
It was good. So you finished it? It
I
clearly
still
needs
need to
to be
get. I
another
still need to
season.
get. I still need to get Amazon Prime. So I
Um,
actually don't know what happens. I just know if the only thing I know about the show really is because I saw the campaign version because I it just randomly popped up for me and like it was comparing what happened on the TV show to what happened on the campaign and there was the
oh, the
whole them trying to open the door.
the campaign.
Like Legends of Vox Machina is based off one of the D&D campaigns.
Oh,
So
I don't know. I
during
don't know.
So during one of those sessions of the campaign that the first season is based off of, apparently actually took them about 20 minutes to actually get the door open.
Okay.
Because
Interesting.
it's based off of the session of Dungeons and Dragons
Yeah.
from Critical Role.
Okay.
Apparently the
Interesting.
guys just kept on trying to open the door and it just kept on getting bad rolls and all that
Uh
and it just
huh.
kept on effing up.
And so that's towards the end there where they I feel like I don't
I
remember how
think
hard it was them. There was a different time it was harder for them to open the door. I don't know. There was a couple times. But
wait, there was
it
more
was
than one
good.
time.
Yeah.
Wow,
It was
they have really bad luck with the other rolls then.
well. I mean, it was a couple times. They just to open it, bang, right off the bat. There was a few times they did that, but the show was good. I enjoyed the show. It was good. I liked it. It had. It's funny. It's it's definitely like mature audience type. There's plenty of like rude humor, I guess how you can call
Yeah,
something like that, and like references to like mature jokes,
yeah.
and which is really funny. Like this short little guy makes a lot of sexual innuendos like the whole time.
Oh no, yeah.
It was good, and then the other thing I liked about it too is that there was clearly um like had some of those notes about different sexualities and things of that nature, and and they didn't like shove the kind of thing down your throat like a lot of some other shows that are newer, like they're real big on like full blast on that kind of thing. You know what I mean? And like crazy like advertising it, and I don't know how else to really explain it. It's just really like loud, and it seems kind of forced. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, so
It
so so what you're basically trying to say is the stuff it feel more natural than like forced.
Yeah, exactly. And I had no complaints about it at all. It was great
That's
because that's my complaints about some like newer TV shows and things. It's like really forced.
it's
It
like
just seems like it was like we need to make this an important thing in this episode. This is what
you
we're gonna do.
you can also like if you also look back to shows in like the 70s, 80s, and 90s, like at some of those shows like they have the same problem. It's like always a problem in TV, but like but back then it was mostly about racism and drugs and all that, and
Hmm.
sometimes and like every now and then gun safety and all that, and sometimes it seemed forced, sometimes it seemed natural on the shows. Just
Yeah,
depends on how they did it. Some people can do it
yeah,
excellently, like these touchy subjects, like to where it feels natural in the show. Some other people they try, but it seems more forced than anything. You got to hit
yeah.
the natural, like we want to do this important message, but we need to make it in naturally. Not everybody can do that, unfortunately.
Yeah, yeah, no, it was good. It was really good. I highly enjoyed the whole series, even that stuff like that in there. It was nice and natural, not forced or anything like that. It was like funny and flirty things and that nature. I thought it was great. I really liked the whole series. It was good.
Mm. Well, one movie I think you may want to go watch is the Northman.
Hmm.
It just came. It's well, technically comes out tomorrow, but midnight release today and all that.
Uh-huh.
Because I want to go watch it at work yesterday. Since they're like, hey, we have 3 new movies coming in. You guys got to pick which ones you guys want to go watch and all that.
You watched it at work?
Yeah, like after work,
Oh.
like after hours.
Oh, I forget you're working over there. Where are you at right now? HEB?
The movie
Oh, the movie
theater
theater.
in town.
Yeah. Duh.
So like
So after hours, all the employees can go watch it?
yeah, if they want to. So like after the
Sweet.
last showing and all that, they set up the theaters for like the new movies and all that if they do it. So they last night we had like 3 movies showing. It was the Northman. The other one was the Nicolas Cage movie. Well, Nicolas Cage is Nicolas Cage.
Really?
Yeah, he's literally just playing himself.
Good. I
And
think that's cool.
and then you had the other one called The Bad Guys, which is more of a kid movie. But like,
Mhm.
just because it's a kid movie, just because it's something's a kids movie or aimed towards kids doesn't mean it's gonna be. It doesn't mean like it's only for kids. Because I watched Sonic, and that's like aimed for kids. But I
Mhm.
enjoyed the hell out of that movie.
Well, yeah, if it's nostalgic and stuff like that, like that's
Yeah.
good.
And also some of the other Disney stuff, like some of that stuff is also really good too. I haven't seen
Mhm.
the new one called Turning Red, but I think the last Disney movie I saw was Moana, the one that had the rock in it.
Yeah, I didn't watch that whole thing, but it was good.
That one was good. I actually did like the music on that one. But anyway, on to the main thing and on today's episode, and hopefully I got the number right. I did. So we're gonna be able, basically, third went dry for a second.
Do what?
10. My throat just went dry. Like it just like went dry, and I
See,
couldn't talk for a
water.
second. I do need to go buy water. Oh, use the water machine in my fridge.
Brita.
Because my fridge has like the water thing. You know what I'm talking about?
You got the fridge with the crushed ice?
No, I mean that too. But like actually has.
You don't have crushed ice. Well, actually, you had to hit the mode, but it's
Yeah.
not like that good crushed ice. You know what I mean?
No, it's more like snow ice, like a shaved ice. But I
Yeah.
also keep on forgetting that the thing has like a water thing too on it.
Yeah, our fridge doesn't have the it has an ice maker. It makes ice cubes, but it,
Yeah.
it doesn't fucking do all that crushing the ice. But keep going.
But anyway, so today we're going to be talking about 10 good habits to have in all right, take number 2. Let's see if we can get it right this time. 10 good habits to have in life to be more successful. We're going to basically talk about them, if we agree, disagree, if we do it or not. All right,
Mhm.
so number 1.
Oh
Begin your
boy.
day with meditation. Now, I don't do this, but I've actually heard a lot of people do, and it's a really nice way to just start off your day. This is something I don't do, but I've heard a lot of people do it.
I, as has been mentioned before, am a big advocate of meditation. Could say supporter. I don't practice it too much, but I've taken my own iterations of it really kind of, and
Yeah.
it's still with me now. And it's more importantly than anything else is the fact that of clearing your mind with this. Like, for example, like all sometimes at work, I'll be working hard, whatever, a lot of stuff going on. And so when I go on a break, if I'm getting more mentally drained and clustered in the mind, a lot of things going on, I'll be sure to like 10 minutes, put on like some like rain sounds and thunderstorms or something.
Mhm.
And I will close my eyes for, I'm pretty much going to probably get close to falling asleep. But at the same time, me doing that allows me to like clear my mind. And it's almost the same kind of idea, except with the meditation. It's some people can't just sit like that and let everything go. And it's sometimes kind of like that, but normally I can just boom and just focus on the rain and that's it. That helps out a lot having something like help in the background.
Yeah.
And but sometimes people you need help to take your mind off of the focusing and everything else. And that's where like other stuff comes in, like guided meditation through apps or through YouTube. Tons of free stuff on YouTube. I've mentioned Headspace at some point before. I know I have.
Yeah, you have, I think.
And but it's a big deal, like for real. And to me, I mean, it may be talk about doing it in the morning. I'm sure that could help you. But for me, I think it's more important throughout the day. because in the morning you wake up fresh normally, versus in the middle of the day or towards the end of the day or something. That's when you get more. Your mind gets a lot clustered, a lot of things in it because of what you're doing with your work and everything. And that's when I think it's more important to do it, is because it allows you just to erase the board so you can write again and have room so you can see what you're writing.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, it's just something that I don't do just because I don't know. I just at least I don't begin my day with it.
Yeah.
Uh, no, wait, do you have the list pulled up or no?
Yeah, I do. So
You want to
number
go off?
2,
Right.
you want to go off the list?
No, 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 no. I was about to say if you want to read off number 2, but you knew what I was about to say, so you just did it.
Mm-hmm. Number 2, this is an advocate. I am an advocate of this. I've mentioned it before. Be grateful for what you have. You want me to talk about it a little bit?
I mean, I was gonna let you go first.
Uh-huh. This one, I talk about this quite a bit, I think, to some extent. And I mean, literally, just like the previous episode that we were talking about, people who want to be these influencer things and that and the other, and then you look at these people and you compare yourself to them, and why are you where they at? And why are you where you're at? And they're out here being crazy, looking at all the stuff. And but I mean, being grateful for what you have is really important, and because I don't know, it just gives you a positivity in mindset. That's really worded weird, but whatever. And to where you're just, I don't know, grateful. I mean, it literally, that's a terrible explanation, but it
This
makes you stop comparing with other stuff. Realize, okay, I may be sad or upset about something, but like, look at how far you've come. Look where you're at right now. Remember, like 3 years ago when you're like, oh, I don't have a job, blah blah blah, this that and the other. Oh my God, this is terrible. I had a huge breakup. What am I gonna do? And you thought you were gonna make it that many years ago, but look what you're at. Look where you're at right now. Look at everything. Look at the people you have around you. Look what you have, and look at who you've become, even if it's not the exact person you want to be. But be grateful for what you have. It's such a good thing.
Yeah, honestly, I do agree with this. Something I honestly need to probably do more of, but because like at the end of the day, there's no point complaining on what you don't have, what you can't have, and all that. You gotta focus on what you do have, find a positive in it, and if you actually want something so bad enough, then try to go get it and all that.
Yeah,
But
you really
there's
want
no
it that
point in
bad.
complaining, like be like, oh, I don't have all this, because
Well, yeah, especially
uh,
not complaining. I mean, there's no point in complaining. It's you do what you do, and
cause,
don't complain about it if you're not willing to change it. That's
cause
my whole attitude
no, yeah, because
on
like
that.
basically like be grateful for what you have because if you're not like as the old saying goes, somebody's trash is somebody else. I can't remember
One
the
man's
exact saying.
trash is another man's
Thank you.
treasure.
That's exactly that's it. I couldn't remember it exactly, and I was actually talking to somebody about that a week ago. Since we were walking around, and we noticed a a yard sale sign, and I was like, hey. And then I know I effed up the saying, and it was like, you effed that up. It's like, yeah, I know. I just can't remember how exactly it goes right now.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what I'm saying? He's like, yeah, I do.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, 100%. Yeah, that's my whole mindset. I mean, everybody will complain here and there, but like in reality, I mean, there's no point of complaining about it if you're not willing to change it. That's my mindset. So I'm not going to sit there and complain if I'm not doing anything to change it, because that's my thing. And so if I'm not going to do anything to change it, I'm not going to sit there and complain on myself about the situation. Now, maybe if I am trying to change it, well, then to me, okay, you can complain more if you really want to. I mean, I'm not an advocate of complaining like crazy, but to me, it's just like, well, don't even say anything about complaining if you're not going to do anything to change it. Just sit in what you've got.
Yeah. All right. You ready for number 3?
You need me to say that one too? You back?
No, I was just thinking we'll go back and forth.
Okay.
Number 3. Why am I doing the voice? I don't know, but it's smile. And honestly, yeah, just smiling. If I remember correctly, it takes more muscles to frown than it does to smile, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so over there, like automatically, just smiling, you're walking less.
You're
Hey,
working
hey,
less.
hey, am I wrong? Am I wrong on that?
Well, if you're not doing anything, if you're not frowning, you're technically working more. I'm totally destroying your argument, but uh I mean,
Walk
but it's like it's scientifical. It's scientifical. How about
uh
that? It's
scientific.
scientifically proven, like if you smile, it releases, the good feeling hormones and stuff in your brain. And and which I mean it talks about it inside this little section here, but like literally if you can make yourself just smile, if you be grateful and you can smile about what you have, like those are two huge steps. If you can like learn to do that and appreciate those things, that will do a lot for you.
Like I do want to bring this up because this does remind me of this. So my new GM and my boss uh basically said, like, hey, if there's ever an upset customer and all that, just smile, be happy, smile, up them out and all that, and by the end they'll probably be relaxed, probably not be mad and all that. And that slowly did happen. There was I can't remember what it was, but it was something that I couldn't do that I had to get a manager to do. So I called the manager, be like, hey, can you come down? We got an upset guest over here, blah blah. He came down. First thing, first thing he did was smile at the old lady, helped her out. By the end, she was nice and happy.
Mm-hmm.
Instead
Yeah.
of being like, be like, oh, good, finally, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So smiling can have an effect.
Yeah. I mean, it's and do it for you. I mean, other people, it rubs off on other people as well. But
Yeah.
do it for yourself. Like literally, I don't know. The other day, I was like by myself or something or other, and or maybe like driving or something. Either I was in a situation on my own, and something happened. That was just I was like, that's so silly, and I was like laughing about it, and I was like, that's kind of weird. Like it felt good, but like I was one time I sat there and thought about it, and I was like, this must be like how a crazy person feels when they just sit there and like laugh and smile to themselves. I'm like, it kind of feels good. Like they may know something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but literally just like little smile, like something silly happens, like you pull in front of someone and somebody's flashing you with their bright lights, like, hey, what the hell? And you're just, it's just like, what the hell? Why is this guy upset? Like literally, like that's like stuff I will do, and which I mean, kind of to me at the same time, it feels like I'm being like, what are you what are you complaining for, kind of thing, and just laughing at someone instead of being mad at someone, and but I don't know, I smile.
Yeah, if you guys don't think it'll help, try it out for a day. See if you see a difference.
Yeah, do it. I mean,
Yeah,
literally, it's it's your energy level. Stand up straight. Put your shoulders up. Put your chest out a little bit.
I've been
Be there. Be
as
present.
you're working on that. I really want to go back in time and kick little me, because
Uh,
my mom used to always complain to me about how I was always slouching, how I need to fix my posture. In the past couple of months, I don't know, it's just because I've been like sitting all the time or what, but my back has been killing me more, and I'm like, oh god, and then I'm like, oh god, I should have listened to my mom.
uh-huh.
It's not anymore, maybe because I'm moving more now, but like I said, just sitting most of the time. But like my
Yeah.
back was killing me for like a good 2 months.
Yeah. I typically don't get back pain, but yeah, there you go. Maybe that's a thing. I don't know. I'm glad I don't have to carry a heavy book bag anymore for this class. I swear it was like messing up my back.
Oh no, those research studies that say that does mess up your back.
Ridiculous, man. I used to carry around like a 50-pound bag. Ugh.
Yeah. All right, you ready for the next one?
Nope. All right, number 4. Eat a healthy breakfast. So this is fun because I don't ever eat breakfast. I love breakfast. I highly enjoy breakfast. Big fan of bacon and eggs, but I typically don't take the time to make breakfast because I just don't feel like taking the time to do it. But I do agree that it could be better for you. And at the same time, though, is I think it's more in the terms of preparation. Like if you don't eat breakfast and then you go to work, where you're more likely to eat something bad for lunch because you're like, I want something good, something tasty. I didn't eat breakfast. I'm good. And that's a pretty good justification for it. But if you eat breakfast, it can help you curb those desires, especially if you get like vending machines and stuff at work and whatnot. and those are easy for you to get a quick snack. They're never healthy. Inside of there, they're always, they're not good snacks, like fruit snacks, Pop Tarts, Twix, that different type of stuff. So I don't typically eat a breakfast though. Not that I'm saying I don't agree with this. I'm one of those 31 million people, Americans, that skip their breakfast. But when if I'm not going to work or something, yeah, I'll make breakfast, and I like breakfast.
Now, see, like I don't do this all the time. I try to do it a lot. I try not to skip a meal, but like it doesn't have to. You don't have to go with the whole 10 yards with eating a breakfast. Like me, sometimes all I do was heat up a bagel, put some cream cheese on it. That'll be my breakfast. Boom, that and not eating breakfast versus eating breakfast. There is a difference. At
Yeah.
least I've always noticed it.
At some point, you're gonna need some food to fuel yourself.
Yeah.
I'm pretty efficient though when it comes to like fasting and that nature and being highly productive. That it works well for me. That like I would wake up and start doing work and work consistently fasted. And because now we're bringing in workout science into this, and I'm not going down the hole right now. And but for me, because then it's just like, well, I'm being productive or I can eat. So then I keep doing stuff. And I mean, it gets to a point where you need to eat because you need to take a break.
Yeah.
But for me, I can be pretty efficient in terms of me and my productivity being fasted. I'm really used to it. And so I mean, if I wasn't used to it, it would probably bother me a lot. There's sometimes at work be like, man, I'm really hungry. I can also run to the vending machine and get a snack. And I've been doing that a little bit lately. I'm just like, oh, I like this cookies out of here. These are good. And I mean, there's nothing healthy in there. There's Pop Tarts in there. It's probably one of the things that has somewhat of a breakfast branding versus chips and crap.
You actually know how in Pop Tart things it's usually two per bag.
Yeah.
Only one of those is technically a solving, not both of them.
Yes. But well, I had a box of Pop Tarts. We bought some the other day. I was like, oh, sounds good. But it says per bag on the serving thing. Because I was confused. I was like, 370 calories for like one freaking Pop Tart? God. And but I read it and it said serving was per bag.
Did it change it? Because I was told it was like a per thing.
It probably was that way at one point, but it says per bag on the box I have.
Interesting.
And maybe if you get the smaller packages that are labeled for individual sale, maybe they put less calories on it and say per Pop Tart, but it was per bag. I read it. I was very surprised. I thought it because I was like, oh my God, there's so many calories in one of these freaking pouches for two.
Interesting.
Not
But
too
yeah,
bad.
like at least try to eat something. It doesn't have to be like, sausage, eggs, and all that. Like just do like you can just do a bagel and some cream cheese. Honestly, I think that's good enough.
Yeah.
Or banana or something. Just I at least try to eat something in the morning so that way I feel good until lunchtime.
Yeah. I make it longer without feeling like a need of eating, if I do eat breakfast. That's for sure. Because it can be
It's
distracting.
it's also for me that I've done that a lot, and I'm like, okay, sometimes if I haven't eaten breakfast, I will sometimes have to skip lunch too, just because of how my day was running, and like wouldn't need to really late.
And that's the problem.
Yeah, so
Whenever
like
you
I try to
can't
make
eat.
sure I eat breakfast, so that way in case I have to do skip lunch, I've eaten something and not feel like completely terrible by the end of the day.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, because if you're not sure you're gonna be able to take your lunch, especially like at a reasonable time, then you really need to eat breakfast. Because next thing you know, you have to go the whole freaking day without eating, and that's rough.
Yeah.
That's rough. I don't like that.
Yeah, that's something I try to avoid doing because I caught myself doing that a lot. Like not intentionally skipping lunch, but eating lunch really late, like
Mm,
around 5 or 6 o'clock, and I'm like,
yeah,
I need to stop doing this.
yeah. Number 5, exercise daily. So, I mean, there's so many things about this,
Yeah,
but essentially, just exercising daily will help prolong your life. Because we have very sedentary lifestyles, a lot of people, and so it helps that person out a lot because getting the blood flow and everything like that helps you preventing you having clogged arteries and stuff. I'm pretty sure is a part of that because you're sitting so much. And but I mean, at the other side of this though is that it's just working on yourself. I think that's really what this is for.
yeah,
Because I mean, exercising daily It's something to look forward to. At first, it's kind of a grueling task because you got to get used to doing it. It don't have to be nothing crazy either. Just like it says on here, like literally, it could be like, oh, we'll just go for a half-hour walk. It's to take time and work on yourself. And at the end of it, you get to feel good about it because you did this thing that requires effort, and then you get to be like, man, I'm glad I did that. I feel good. I always felt good after my workouts. Sometimes very tired, but felt good.
Yeah, like this is something I'm trying to get back into my daily routine.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm trying to get it back into my daily routine now. Like it's still a work in progress, but like I do agree with this, especially because I used to do this a lot. And like,
Yeah.
whenever it works best for you, like whether it's in the morning, night, it'll just help you out long term and all that.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even have to do anything crazy. Like, you can just do maybe some stuff at home, like, some planks, some push-ups, sit-ups, um, wall sats or whatever it's called.
Wall sats.
No, like what, like, oh, whenever like you're basically like in an L shape against the wall and all that. I forget what that's called.
Yeah, man. It definitely could be wall sits, but I
Wall
don't.
sits, maybe. I can't remember what. You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, do something like that. You don't have to go out to the gym or all that. Or riding a bike.
Yeah,
Something like that.
riding a bike's a good one.
Which I want to get a new bike so I can start going to the park and all that.
It's fun to ride your
Yeah.
bike, and there's cool places around here. We need to get doing that. There's a lot of cool trails and things around in the bed. I'd love to haul ass through some dirt trails on a bike and a good old mountain bike. We'll have to
Yeah.
start doing that. We don't really have a place for them. We can make a spot for them, but
All right. Number 6. Manage your time. Now, if you do this efficiently, it just feels amazing to do. Like at the end of it, you just feel accomplished.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like for me, the way I do it is, okay, I'm like, okay, between this and this time, I need to get this amount. I need to focus on this thing. I don't like set any goals. I said I need to focus on this. Between this and this will be this. Between this and this thing, and it makes me feel so productive and all that, and helps me keep organized and all that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, if you know you need to get something done in particular, especially time sensitive stuff, if you put together like your calendar or whatever to manage your time, you're gonna get it done because you made a plan. Plan to fail. If you fail to plan, and which they say it that backwards actually, fail to plan. If you plan to fail, oh god damn it, I've got it messed up now. If you fail to plan to fail. I think that's how it really goes. And so if you got some stuff you need to get done, put it together. Say I'm gonna do this at this time, this, and that, and because otherwise it's a daunting task till you break it apart into pieces. We've talked about that before. And so take what you need to get done. Take your day off. Like, oh well, I need to go do this. I need to drop the kids off. I need to go. Then I need to take my clothes to the dry cleaner. Oh my god, so much. Okay, break it down. You got to be the dry cleaner by 9. The kids don't have to be there until 9:30. Well, you get the clothes in the car beforehand. You get the kids in the car, and then you go drop your clothes off early. Then you go drop your kids off, and then you build the day that you want to have, and that's what feels really good. Because at the end of the day, I'm like, man, I binged the whole Netflix series. I feel terrible. Instead, you can build the day that you want to have, and you got to start in the morning. Build it. Make what you want. Wake up in the morning. Make your breakfast. Do your meditation. Drink your coffee. Go to the gym. Go drop off the kid. Go drop off the clothes. Like make the day that you want. You're gonna feel so much better when you do.
And also, like, you can also apply this not just to your daily life, but also your work too.
Yeah.
Like, for whenever I'm closing, I like kind of like try to time everything to I'm doing it at a certain time. Like, like X has to be done by this, and this. It just makes everything so much more efficient, so more better and everything.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I see some people not do that. I'm like, if you just time it, like, it'll just be better in the long run. It just makes you feel good.
Yeah, it can get as complicated as you want it to be. So then you're structuring your whole day, you're structuring your hour, and so like while you're at work, each hour, some jobs allow you to have some kind of structure for that based on what the work is. Not that the management doesn't allow you, but the nature of work, what it allows you to do. And so if you can structure it, booyah, go for it. And there'll still be distractions, but at least you have your list of what you're trying to do and get it done.
Exactly.
Exactly. Number 7, set daily goals with intentions. So this one's really good because you can't just wake up in the morning and be like, I'm gonna get jacked today, and I'm gonna go DoorDash and make $1,000. You
If you
can't
somehow
just.
do that in a day, let me know how you do that.
But this is the point. Like you set daily goals with intentions. You can't just. This is just like the managing your schedule thing. If you just have all these things, like, oh, I need to climb Mount Everest, and you're starting today about it. It's so daunting of a task because you haven't even figured out how you're gonna get there.
And it doesn't even have to be like, really important goals, like, like mind shattering, long term, like amazing goals.
Well, that's why you have
Like,
to set it with intentions. It's got to be
because, like,
reasonable
no, like, it can be like,
for the day.
it can be simple stuff like, okay, today, gotta get the laundry done and gotta clean the bathroom. Just setting stuff like
Yeah.
that. And that, like, just getting those done, that makes you just like, at least for me, like whenever on my days off, I like have stuff I have to get done at the house or outside, like, like goals I have for the day and all that. Whenever I get those done, I'm like, okay, I have had such a good productive day. It feels
Mm.
amazing because I don't know about you, but whenever you have like a amazing productive day, it just feels amazing.
Oh yeah. I mean, talk about just feeling great about yourself. When you
Yeah,
get
and it's just
everything
like,
done you want to get done, you feel so good.
and it's not even like most of the stuff. It's not for me. It's not even that big. It's like, okay, wash my clothes, wash the towels, clean the bathroom, uh, do side project for an hour or two,
Mm.
and boom, I get all of those done. It's maybe like I start maybe around 9 o'clock. I get done around 2, 3, and I'm like, man, I've had a good day. I've been in the
Yeah.
house all day, but I've had a good day.
Yeah. And when you get that stuff done, it's no greater feeling than doing what you set out to do.
Yeah. And like, one of the things is my long term thing because I'm slowly working on the side project, but the other stuff was like, just small everyday stuff. And that just feels amazing.
Yeah.
You got anything else to add?
I think I pretty much, because I started off with it, and so we can head on to the next one.
Number 8. Seeking inspiration. Basically, whether it's, I don't know, for this, it can be different for everybody. Whether it's listening to a certain song in the morning, whether it's listening to a speech, a video, reading something, or just maybe talking to somebody, uh just like, so honestly, I think this should be rewarded a little bit as not seeking inspiration, but maybe seeking motivation.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, this
Yeah.
can be songs, there can be speeches, there can be video that motivates you, and like they're all inspirations, but they're more like motivational to you than anything
Yeah.
else
Mm-hmm.
that can get you started. I think I remember, I can't remember what it was. The Rock said a long time ago he starts off the day with a certain song to get him up in the morning, and I tried that, and like what he said was that, like, I feel good. I feel like, okay, I'm ready to conquer this. I can't remember what it was. I wish I could remember to save my life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, if you're not motivated to do something, well, because you're not always going to be motivated, so you need the self-discipline to continue to do. But if you can find these outside things to help bring you to the point where it's like, I'm going to get this done, yeah, then use these things to your advantage. We have the internet, and so find inspiration, find the motivation that gets you to want to do, and but you don't take all day finding the motivation, because that's when you should have took your self-discipline to get you there. But find it in yourself from others to get it done, and it's gonna help you out.
Exactly. Like,
So
I couldn't have worded it better myself.
thank you. So number 9, save steadily and invest with prudence. So this one's really good. This is something that we've talked about, this one effect or another, about saving money. And yeah, saving money is cool and all, but if you just save money and don't do anything with your money becomes less money. Does that make sense? And so, like we've talked about in the past. And so, even though you may save a lot of money, like, oh, we're saving for retirement. Yeah, but if you don't put any of your money to work, your money is going to be worth a lot less than 40 years. And inflation is not your friend. And so, just like things like right now, things getting drastically more expensive, housing's getting more expensive, groceries of certain natures are getting more expensive, the gas getting more expensive. And so if you do anything that involves driving, your career is becoming more costly. And so like literally, if you're just saving straight money, you're losing money. And so they invest with prudence. So you can't just throw your stuff everywhere. You can't be scared that something you've seen happen to somebody or something may have happened to you before that it's going to happen again. Things of that nature. Like, oh, well, I invested one time, or my parents invested and they lost a bunch of money because of 2008 recession or whatever, blah, 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 blah. You know, you know, like if they sold, well, then they lost money. If they were in risky investments, then yeah, they lost money, stuff like that. But just like our investing topics we've talked about in the past about diversifying, like if you're in that kind of bucket, the bucket's never going to run out of water. The market will come back. And so invest in things so you could make your money compound, keyword, and get bigger and bigger as you progress. Make the money work for you. That's what all the people with all the money do. They don't work that hard. The money works real hard. They work less hard because the money's working so hard. And that's why they keep making more and more dinero because the money's doing the work.
Exactly. Like basically like save with like I said, like Blaine said, like like saving just to save is good, but like it's better to save with like a purpose and all that. Now it doesn't. I don't think it doesn't have to be exactly stocks and all that. Like say you run a business and you're saving the money to upgrade your equipment or something like that.
Yeah.
That's another form of investment. You just don't. Just when you
Invest
think
in yourself.
investment, don't invest in yourself. It's not always about stocks and all that. Sometimes it's about upgrading your business needs and all that, upgrading the equipment you use. That's another form of investment.
Absolutely. Yeah, like you have you've got a food truck. You're doing that. You're like, I want to double my business. Getting another food truck. That's investing in your business and in yourself because it's your business.
Yeah.
And so there's many different ways of investing, and it's just what avenues or what you want to do.
Yeah, at least have the money be used for something, not just like sitting in a corner just waiting.
Your money's not going to become anything if you don't tell it to do anything.
Yeah.
It's going to sit and be cash in a corner and become less and less. It'll still show 45,000, but that 45,000 is going to be worth a lot less down the road.
All right, and number 10, budgeting and tracking your spending. Now, basically, I'm trying to think of how to say this, but basically, if you're wondering where your money's going, this is a perfect way to find out. If you're on a budget, dang it, I try not to use that word because I'm trying not to use the word in the thing. But basically, if you don't know where your money's going or you're trying to save for something, budgeting and tracking what you spend is a great way to figure out where everything's going, figure out if you need to cut back on stuff or if you can reduce something.
This is really big for those people, and I've been that person before, and I kind of felt like that person here this last month after the end of the month when my credit card was like, this is how much money you spent. I'm like, huh? Someone stole my card. Like, what? And which is not, that doesn't happen. But I'm not normally like that though, in terms of like, where'd all my money go?
Yeah,
And
especially you.
And so, but like when my statement came, I was like, God, this is a lot of money. What happened here? And like Jordan came to town, and they came and hung out and stuff, and I bought them, lunch, coffee, and things, even though he's trying to keep me from doing it. And we went out and had sushi, and then I paid for all that stuff like that. Because like when I go to their house, they take me in and they feed me, and I get to live there for free the whole time. Like we're gonna make dinner for us, and then like I don't have to pay for groceries or nothing. And so I paid for a lot of stuff while we were there. And then there's some other stuff too. I went back and looked through my statement, like my purchases. I'm like, why is it so expensive? And then I had like the double discounts and stuff at work. So I bought stuff there too. And so there's another big, more expensive event. Add that stuff together, And so That's what. And then my girlfriend bought some stuff, but like she Venmo's me the money for it, and then I was confused. I was like, God, why is it so high? And so after I started putting all the stuff together, I was like, that's why it's so high. Jesus.
No, see, like if even for a day you don't pay attention to what you're doing, that can
Mhm.
happen at the end of the month when you get your bills. Because I've done
Yeah,
that before. I'm like, where did all my money go? And I'm like, oh.
exactly. And that's not normally how I am. But this last month, I was like, God dang, there's a lot of
Yeah.
money on that
Like
freaking
I'm
card.
I'm getting back on making a budget and doing all this. Now that I have a more stable form of income, I'm trying to work on that still.
Mm,
So like, I can definitely get to that. And it's like something we've talked about a billion times on the podcast. And probably gonna talk about a billion more times because
it's
if
always
you want to be
relevant.
if you want to be financially stable, uh that's the key. That honestly I think is the key, one of the key uh key, trying to think of what people typically say. Building blocks. One
Uh
of the
huh.
key building blocks to being financially stable, in my opinion, is having a budget and tracking it. At least in the very beginning.
Yeah, I mean, because once you can build, it's just like a diet. A diet's temporary, but a lifestyle is permanent.
Yeah.
And so budgeting hardcore is temporary, but the habits you form from it are for life, for
Yeah.
the lifestyle. And so you can budget, and you'll learn to budget and allow you to keep. Because I mean, it may need to be a slightly longer thing, like, oh, you're trying to get for this vacation and stuff like that. Well, then you're gonna need to form. You need to gonna have some kind of loose budget to keep you on track for that, like constantly having money to be put away for this. And but once you learn the mindset about how to be, spending your money the right way, knowing you can't order food through DoorDash every day of the week because it's really expensive, stuff like that. When you
Mm-hmm.
start to understand how your finances work and where all your money's going, then you're like, God, I can save money here. And then you make those cuts, and then you learn to live in that lifestyle, and then live below your means so you can save money every month.
Mm-hmm. Especially the DoorDash thing. I don't understand why people sometimes do it whenever they're like less than a mile from the restaurant sometimes. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't mind when I'm door dashing, when I'm dashing, I'm like, I don't mind you guys doing that. But whenever I'm not, I'm like, why do you guys do it?
Yeah.
It's like the craziest thing that's ever happened to me is I DoorDash an ice cream Snicker bar from CVS all the way to Neo de Cordova.
What?
And like I got paid seven something for that, almost $8. And I think the Snicker costs about $3 to $4.
So, and then you got paid. DoorDash takes money out the middle. And so they paid service fees and stuff. So they paid like $12 for that freaking Snickers, bro.
Okay, I was dashing at the time, so I didn't care. I'm like, your money, you do it, but why? When you could have
Mm,
probably have gone to your closest convenience store and probably gotten it,
yeah.
if not HEB.
Yeah. Well, that's what it
I
is.
don't know because sometimes people DoorDash Chili's and they're not even a mile from it, or they're like in the apartments behind Chili's. I'm like,
Oh,
I'm
really?
d- yeah, I'm like I was like I'm dashing right now. I don't mind it. You guys are giving me money, but why are you guys too lazy to leave your house?
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't, and like especially whenever you don't have to go to 377 like I do.
Yeah. I mean, if it's not that far, yeah. But then it's like, ah, it's like 5 minutes that way, whatever, Then you're like, whatever.
Yeah, true. Anyway,
Hold
that
on
was
to it.
it, you guys. Let us know if you guys do any of this stuff. Let us know if you guys thinking about it. If you guys did, if you guys think there should be something else on the list instead. And like always, you guys can find us on Instagram at
For the Long Haul Podcast. And then if you want to shoot us an email for sponsorship information, all the good stuff, ftlhpodcast@gmail.com. Like For the Long Haul, ftlhpodcast@gmail.com.
and don't forget this is also is on video format on YouTube at uh for the Long Haul Podcast. I almost said the wrong podcast names. I had to stop myself and
Mm-hmm.
think for a second. And also, don't forget on whatever you guys are watching and or listening this to, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. That helps us out more than you guys do realize. And also, if you guys do think this will help somebody or somebody will enjoy us, send them our way.
Or send us their way.
Yeah, we'll be insane. I think that makes more sense. Anyway, you guys, until the next episode, you guys have a good one.
All right, take it easy.